Hey, so what we're doing here is we're doing this valve cover gasket, and I'm gonna applying some RTV ultra black in all the grooves where there's a seam. See, anywhere anywhere it bends, curves, um, one a little there. It kind of helps hold the gasket in too. So we're doing this HHR here. So we're doing that. I'd appreciate you tuning in. So we're doing voiceover, so I'm trying this voiceover thing, so we're going to see how this works. So now I'm putting the RTV up, so we're going to starting a gasket here. But, yeah. Alright. So now we got the gasket. We're going to put the spark plug tube seals in. They just press in real good. And you do want to make sure they're all pressed in there good. You don't want them falling down, falling out while you flip the valve cover over and try to put it in the motor. So we're doing that. There we go. Work it in real good. Now we're going to work in our valve cover. I'll lay it out. Alright. Start, just kind of work it from end to end. It'll push down in the groove pretty good. They pretty well hold themselves, but I just like to put the RTV for extra measure. So you can see the little notch in the end of the cam cover there where it lines up, where the notch lines up with the notch in the valve cover gasket and the valve cover line up. Those two notches. So just keep smoothing it down here. This is on the HHR. This is a 2.4 Ecotech, so should be the same as pretty much all the Ecotech 2.2, 2.4, Cavalier, Cobalt. Now I'm putting a little bit more in just the places where it makes extreme bend. Keep it from leaking. You could put it on the head side too, which I mean I've done that. Just in this particular application, it seems easier to put a little there. That way, the corner has it all in, and we don't have to worry. You know, it's just easier the way the head's going on. It can drop it straight on, and so now we got it all. Alright, now we're going to go drop it on the car. Sweet. So, alright, we just drop her on. Real careful here, straight down on. Get her lined up, boom. She's in. Now, I'll put my grommets and my bolts in. Here, and I'm grabbing them. There we go. Alright, see, we got the bolts. It's a little metal. They're like a metal insert to go inside these grommets on these. And I'm pushing them in. Down in the center. I've laid my kill of cookie crumbs here, so it's pretty simple. We're putting all the stuff in. Now we're going to drop some bolts in. That's what's coming next here. So I'm going in a crisscross pattern here, tightening the bolts. Not really. I don't really torque the metal ones. I mean, the plastic ones are more important. I don't want to warp them, but it's a quarter drive AC Delco ratchet It's not even the brushless one. I mean, what we put out in torque is very, very minute. It's we got trigger control there. We're definitely, I think max is like 20 pounds, and that one's so wore out, it's probably not putting that. So I'm pretty sure we're good here. Now we're gonna put our coil packs in. Will be our next thing out that's tightened down. So my last bolt, that's right. I left the bolt over on the workbench. I had forgot about it, so went and got it and put it in there, and now I'll tighten down the very last bolt. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now I'm going to work the harness over and stuff for the fuel injectors, because there's electrical harness that the bracket for the air filter housing, I flip the electrical connections up and over it. So oh no, I'm doing the VVT solenoids, that's right. So we're doing the intake and the exhaust. We're putting the bolts in them. Getting ahead of myself here, but that's what we're doing. So now I'm going to tighten it down. Those are just 10mm bolts, and then at least they are on this one. Now I need to put the now I'll bring up my harness up and over. Got to work that harness up and over. Oh. There we go. The harness is worked up and over. And now I'm putting in Christmas tree fasteners. It's got the push pegs, like a zip tie thing around the harness with some push pegs that actually push into some holes in the valve cover. So that's what I'm doing now, lining those up. Yeah, put the push pegs, so push pegs are in. Valve cover's reattached to the valve cover, and the harness is reattached to valve cover. Geez, can't talk tonight. But now I'm cleaning up my mess. I got a little RTV on some stuff, but don't want to make our nice shiny new red valve cover look all messy and dirty. So we're gonna clean her up, make her look sweet. Now I'm putting my PCV hose back on, breather hose rather. Now I'm going to plug in VVT solenoid, and then I'm going to put the locks back in, and they're kind of a gray plastic lock. You put them back in, and it keeps the solenoid from the plug from coming off the solenoid. Are they super important? I don't know, but they're there. They had a reason for putting them there, so we're doing it. Now I'm going to wipe off the other one, make sure the O-ring's good and clean, and I'm going to push it down in there. And we're going to put our other bolt in there, and then we're going to just run it in. Boom, we've run it in. There we go. All good. And now we'll plug it in, and we'll put the gray lock in it. And sometimes these can be challenging to put in. I remember fumbling with this one a bit, so fumbled. Nope. I'll look at it. Okay, there's what I did wrong. Now I get it lined up right. Doop, and there it goes, click into place. So now we got our gray locks in. Now we're gonna start putting coil packs in. So coil packs are going in. I'm gonna wipe them off. Got me a rag, a little cleaner on it. I'm just kind of wiping them off before I put them in. I mean, is it necessary to get the dust off the top of them and all around them? Not really. But I mean, I'm there. I went through the trouble of painting a valve cover gaskets, went through the trouble of some other stuff. So, yeah, we're going to drop those in. And there we go. Now our next one. And so we'll get all the coils in and plug them in. It's pretty simple. They line right up with their wire harnesses. We just plug all of them in. Click, click, click. Now, take our bolts and we'll put it in them and we'll thread them all down. Starting the bolts by hand in each one. These are like aluminum-ish valve covers, so start it by hand for you. You know. Before you run them down. Now I'm just gonna run them down. Sweet. Now, plug in my last one. And now, I'm going to put in the oil neck, the oil filler. And there we go. And now let's put that air box on. So, here it comes. Let's put that air box on. It's about the last thing we have to do. I've got other videos with wheel bearings and half shafts and everything else I've done to this thing, so there will be a lot more videos. But here we go. Here I come back with the air box. Now we're going to get it in here and we're going to push it down. Now it sits on some rubber like grommet tabs. There's two in the back and a couple in the front. And it'll just sit right down on these rubber isolators. You just line it up right, and this whole top cover will there we go. Now take 5/16 or 8mm. I tighten up the hose clamp for that intake boot. Goes to the throttle body from the air cleaner. And there we go. Snug it up good. Now I'm going to plug in my mass airflow sensor. It's right under there. Boom, it's plugged in. Now there's another duct work for fresh air ducting that comes off the side, and it's a quarter drive. So We use the quarter rod to tighten it down. It goes through the fender, and I'm putting that on. I know the visibility's horrible here, and again, sorry about that, but it is what it is, and that's it. We have done the valve cover gasket. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy.